doing, Dad? I'm deburring hole number 10 out of 1,250,000 or so. Yes. Beautiful day to be deburring. Oh, glad somebody invented the drill, doctor.
This is an airplane. Part of an airplane. Other parts of airplane. Another part of an airplane. More airplane parts. More airplane parts. My airplane. Little one. Quick update. We decided to start with the fuselage, and we started on the bottom of the fuselage, and this is it right here. And we just deburred all the holes, and also what we did is we found all the parts, and located them, which was kind of hard. So when you're storing all your parts, store them alphabetically, because I think that would probably help, because the instruction manual is not very good. Zenith, if you're watching this, I hate to say it, but it's not. But one of the things that would be great would be a parts list in the instruction manual for like the part that you're building. Like you need all these parts, but that doesn't have it. So what we did is we just went to the blueprints here, and arguably you could say that that's what the blueprints are for. But and so we just found located all of the parts that way, and that worked out pretty good.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think the key thing is to lay all the parts out first, and once you get all the parts, you know you've got them, take them off, and then start the deburring process.
But then we just did some deburring. We're going to deburr everything, take all the stickers off, and then I think we'll be ready to.
There are a lot more pre-drilled parts. Actually, it turned out that there were a lot more pre-drilled parts than we were indicated in the instructions, which is great news, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So that's an advancement from last time, but some of the patterns didn't line up, and that's the question that we're going to have for Steve-O.
Yeah.
If you're watching,
Steve-O.
Steve.
If you're watching, Steve. And actually, yeah, that is one of the reasons why the instructions, I believe we have the most up-to-date ones, why they're not very helpful is just because there's a lot of updates in the actual skin, which is good, that most of it's pre-drilled, but it can be confusing because it says like, drill these parts out and then, or cut this to length and then mark it, but it's already cut or drilled or marked. So, that's what's going on. Still, the storage is super great. I don't know if I showed that before, but having the storage down there is pretty nice. I think that's about it for now. Bye. crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
For kids, you get, you know, it's got to be crazy enough to work.
Good.
I got it.
Are you using the little tool, a little tool?
What?
Are you using the little tip?
What?
Hand me this. Let's use our words. God. What is this thing called?
It's a.
Yeah.
It's.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it
The looper. We're gonna call this the loop-de-loop. Hand me the loop-de-loop. That's what it's called.
Okay. As long as we both know what that is.
The loop-de-loop.
We can't use that word for anything else now.
Okay, it's the blue loop-de-loop.
Just another pro tip for you Zenith builders out there. Something that might trip you up that I want you to be aware of is take a look here at this top skin. This is a drawing of the top skin. This is actually a top view of the top skin. And so you can see whenever these little lines are dashed like this, that it's like we're looking with X-ray vision through the top of the skin, okay? And note here how it says flange hole points inside. So of course when you're actually laying these out and clecoing some of them in place, these stiffeners here, you're going to need the skin upside down. So you got to remember that it's reverse of what it shows on here. So for example, you see how these little dashed lines on the stiffener there, the diagonal. You will notice that on here, on the side skin or on the bottom skin of the aft fuselage, you do not have those little dashed lines. So those little dashed lines indicate that it is it's like you're looking through something with X-ray vision. You can see here, see how it's like this? You can see that this is the inside, and we've got this guy going to the, if you're looking at it like this, it's to the right. Well, if you look at it like this, it's actually going to be to the left. This is on the left side, but again, X-ray vision, so when we flip it back over, it's going to be correct.
Getting our structure going. Side skin, bottom skin, top skin. We're gonna get these babies together. They're gonna have a party.
It was a pain to get it to get the little the stiffeners to overlap with the channel, but this side, left side, went on much better than the right side. We did have to trim a lot of stiffeners, the vertical stiffeners right there, because they were hitting the longeron. And let's see, these guys, these holes aren't lining up too well. Actually, they're lining up. Oh, these holes down here aren't lining up very good. But these guys on this side are doing better. So I will revisit this. I will revisit all that tomorrow. That will be tomorrow's thing, because it's a little after 10 now and we are pretty tired. But we are very glad to have gotten the box structure together, and well, the bottom and the sides. Here's the top skin. We've got to get the top skin on the top eventually. We got to do some stuff with like the baggage stuff. Oh, I didn't put that one in there. Oh, that's interesting. So we've got a little bit more stuff to do here. I'll see you later.
But I want to give you a quick update. We have been doing some stuff. So we have the
we have the fuselage, the aft fuselage section, pretty much all boxed up. We've got the baggage panel in right here. We've got the top skin here, which we've been doing some work on. And what I'm about to do is take these longerons off of the top and then transfer them over to the top skin so we can put the top skin on and rivet everything. So anyway, that's what's going on. We got parts sorted and there's a lot of parts, but it's been really good. And stay tuned for more. See you later. Okay, working on the, I've been working on these tail pieces, 3-6, I should have it on here, 3-6, and then also I've been working on this one up here. Now, I've run into a little problem here though. Basically, it doesn't match up. The part does not fit like how it does in the picture, so with the tie-down ring in the center, okay, see where these two holes right here are? These are supposed to be 3/16 inch for the bolts, right? Okay, but they weren't originally. I just drilled them out to be 3/16. So what it should have been, as it shows in the plans here, is it shows this part here. So this part is this part, and it shows that there should be a bolt, and then 3 holes for rivets, okay? And that is how this part is actually drilled, a bolt and a bolt. Those two were originally 3/16 inch, and then A5 rivets right here. Well, the thing is that these holes, this one and this one, they don't, well, there's no hole for them in the longeron right now, basically. So what I'm going to do, because I already drilled out these holes for 3/16 inch without realizing that they didn't match up. So now I have 2 3/16 inch. So what I'm going to do is probably just put a 3/16 inch rivet on this one, and then just later, once we kind of get this the fuselage back on the table, I'm going to probably drill out holes in the longerons for the 3/16 inch bolts is what I think I'm going to do. And that's where the tie-down ring is going to attach to it and stuff. So that's just kind of strange. I'll see now in these instructions, for some reason they're showing that this panel like stops short like that. Like those panels stop right there, which is strange. So I'm not totally sure. I mean, the plans show that the little panels extend as they do, so I'm going to follow along with that. But anyway, just kind of some weird stuff. So. Oh, also, just as a note while I'm doing this, a lot of these holes, it seems like the rivets aren't fitting very well. So I don't know if I'm just going to have to do some finish drilling, some 3/16 inch drilling. Not sure what's up with that. And then these holes, we'll have to look at these too, because Dad had to re-rivet or remove the rivets from all of these because he accidentally riveted the top, and some of them turned out. I'm not sure if it was from him or just originally like they just really aren't very the same size. So anyway, that's some stuff that's going on. Ta-da! We have the top on the box. We have the top skin framed up and stuff on the aft fuselage. Fantastic, wonderful. Got these things falling in place, but right here, the main problem, the holes are matching up pretty closely, close enough, I think. The main problem is this right here. I want to show you this before I fix it. When we bring the longeron down to meet the skin here, as it should be, this bulges up right there. This bumps up, and that's not good. And I think the reason is that there's a little piece from this diagonal on the inside that's hitting the angle on the underneath here, the angle of the baggage back thing, because you can see through there that skin piece underneath is hitting something here, or it's keeping this diagonal piece from sitting flat. So I'm gonna pop this half off of here up a little bit, and then just try and trim it, and hopefully get it sitting flush, and then everything else should line up. So most of these holes line up, I would say. I think they do, and I think they'll line up better once we get this. But I think they line up at least close enough. But in any case, I'm making some pretty decent progress here. I'm still not sure about these holes because these ones kind of don't line up very much. And then this whole beam piece is weird. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, really, progress is very good so far. So that's good, and I'll film and see if, more if I can figure out what the problem is and fix it. I've uncleated this whole side here, and you can see that little divot, that little dent on that piece right there, on that angle. Yeah, that's hitting that guy right there, that little, it's having trouble focusing here, but that little spot on, I think, the corner right there, that little spot in the center of the screen, I think. So I'm just gonna trim it up, and yeah, hopefully it won't be a problem, or I might just, I might trim the baggage compartment. I don't know.